Making a miniature model world in Photoshop, also known as tilt-shift photography. There is a special lens made for tilt-shift photography. It's called tilt-shift lens. However, for my tutorial, I'd like to show you how to create the same effect in Photoshop without the lens. When choosing a photograph for the tilt-shift effect, keep in mind that you want to give the impression of a miniature model. Miniature models are usually viewed from above, or a bird's eye view, so try to choose a photo with an elevated viewpoint. Buildings, roads, traffic, and lots of people are excellent choices, but make sure there is a wide view of the scene. For this tilt-shift photography Photoshop tutorial, I'll be using a picture I took of the Taylor Building at a time when there were lots of people. I wanted to make them look miniature. Open the image in Photoshop and enter the Quick Mask mode by pressing Q on the keyboard or selecting the Quick Mask icon at the bottom of the tool palette. Choose the Gradient tool by pressing G on the keyboard or selecting the Gradient tool icon. Be sure to choose the Reflected Gradient option. Draw a vertical line. The start point will be the center of the in-focus area, and the end will be where the transition from the in-focus and out of focus is completed. Once you release the mouse on the button, the area of the focus will appear as red bands across the image. Press Q on the keyboard to exit Quick Mask mode and return to the standard mode, or press the icon in the tool palette as shown below. The area to apply the focus in effect will be surrounded by marching ants selection lines. Then I select the inverse of the selection, making the outer panels of the selection, which will be the ones which are blurred. Now it is time to place the blur on the photo. Choose Filter, Blur, Lens Blur. Here you can see the miniature effects beginning to take place. The Photoshop default settings for the lens blur seem to work well, but experiment with them to improve the effect because every photo is different. If you are unhappy with the position of the focus area, go back to the setting up of the gradient and draw a line in a different place with a different center of focus. Once you are happy with the look, click OK to accept the settings and deselect the selection. In a model of sceneries, they are usually bright and very painted. You may want to increase the saturation or vibrancy to make the colors bright and look painted looking. If you want a little more detail, bump up the contrast a little. Finally, you have a miniature looking photo without having to buy a lens. Thanks for watching.